unseen by most, an underworld. A place that is just as real, but not as brightly lit. A dark side.
Of years, as human beings spread across the planet, no one came here. Antarctica was as remote as the moon. ancient Greeks reasoned that the world was round, and that there must be a great southern continent. They called the stars above the North Pole Arctos, the bear. So they named the far pole Antarctos. They imagined a land of strange beasts and stranger customs, where the laws of nature might be reversed. It was the greatest mystery on Earth.
I don't know if you guys know this, but not only has Metallica actually played all 7 continents now, we've played all 7 continents in 2013.
I don't give a fuck!
Warning, the songs you are about to hear are intended for mature listening audiences only. If you have a weak mind or heart and don't like words like shit, fuck, or cunt, then please refrain from listening any further.
It's showtime! We have seen imitators! We've also seen duplicators! But now, it's time for the originators!
That's right, Los Angeles. You've listened to imitators. Boy, they did a horrible job. You've listened to duplicators. But now it's time for the originators. I am your host, Jimmy Cabs, alongside Lost Johnny, who's trying to devour that fucking burrito, which is fucking so disgusting.
It's all done now.
Jesus Christ. I like how, you're late. Can we set the bar high for 2014? I like how, you're late every Sunday. Okay.
I had to find somewhere to park, dude.
Okay, well, I can deal with that. Then, when we're doing the show, you lose yourself on the playlist, which is the only reason why I asked you to be here. And now you're coming in with a mouthful of food and you don't offer anybody. Lost Johnny, everybody.
Hey, it's good to be here. I have one of those things, words, trying to make things sensible, chew
your food because I don't need another Salvadoran Mike chewing on the mic.
No. It's all good. I'm a little hungover, so I'm trying to get my bearings straight, just like the rest of you guys.
All right, man. Let me start off by saying I am still fucking irate and pissed. I don't know if you're aware of this because I know you've been, indulging in the cannabis and vodka, but, Metallica played Antarctica, which I still... What the fuck is going on with that? I am so fucking irate over this.
Why are you irate?
I'm going to explain a little bit.
Let me before you... I know you're going to go off. Let me have my little piece where it's like... I respect Metallica. I'm wearing a Metallica shirt right now. I haven't been a fan of theirs for a long time. However, the fact
I was choked on that.
We're not in Brazil, dude. You have to give them credit. It is not easy.
No.
It is not easy to get to on.
There is no reason to be in Antarctica. Listen.
I'm just saying, the whole point is just logistically, as a person, it's hard to get to Antarctica. You just can't roll up there.
I'm going to solicit the fucking, the assistance of El Diablo Negro. Let's introduce El Diablo Negro there. Let's see, do we have his theme music there?
Chirp.
All right, El Diablo Negro, are you there?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm here.
All right, can you tell Lost Johnny to go fuck himself?
Johnny, go fuck yourself, motherfucker.
Yeah, right. Listen.
Oh, my God.
Me and El Diablo Negro were fucking sitting around that Monday discussing this. And I'm going to tell you why I'm upset. Then I'm going to let K&W, the Painter of Hyrax, go into that. All right, here's the deal. Antarctica, let me jump on first, Kate, and then jump on in here. Antarctica is one of the last remote regions of the world.
True.
That, as of yet, has not been completely contaminated by corporate greed. I mean, I know that there's Arctic drilling going on there as we speak. The United States, whether they want to admit it or not, has bases there. They say they're weather depots, but they're not. But anyways, as far as global, help me out here. That vodka's kicking in.
I know, dude. You're giving me shit about chewing food, fucker?
Here's the deal. Coke Zero and Metallica have no reason to be there filming a fucking concert, dude. That's like, if you really, jump in here, El Diablo Negro. What are you, spectator? Jump in here.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
I'm just waiting to rage, motherfucker.
Rage, dude. Rage.
Well, first off, like you said, there's no reason to fucking play there, to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck if you're just trying to show off. There's better ways you could show off than that.
How? How?
Second of all, it just shows you how fucking insane these guys have gotten. It's just money. It's like, if you got crazy money, they should just drive down the streets of L.A. throwing money out their car windows. Seriously, there's better things they could do with their money. It's kind of sad for me just because I remember how they used to be and how they used to talk, and if they could have heard themselves, 30 years later from what they used to talk about and how they used to present themselves as a band, they would slap the shit out of themselves.
Well, on the same token, you mean if that same group were to be told, hey, you guys are going to be playing all 7 continents in 1 year, they would have the same reaction, like, get the fuck out of here, who the fuck are you, blah, blah, blah.
Listen.
Dude, I don't care. Both you guys, fuck you.
Listen.
I'm down for what Metallica's done.
Listen, it's...
That's because you're fucking insane.
Yeah.
Listen, Kate has a point. When you reach a certain point of success, okay, you lose any common sense. If you really want to fucking play like a dangerous, naturally hostile environment, go to fucking Camp Freedom in Afghanistan, those remote bases.
Well, okay.
Those soldiers would love to have a live concert.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Again, on the same token, Metallica's been one of the few instances where they've beat Napalm Death to somewhere playing somewhere remote.
Should I fire this guy or
Yeah,
what?
but dude, there's no reason to play the Antarctic.
No reason other than
It's a novelty.
no reason other than to commercialization.
Who cares about fucking novelties? How about...
Dude, if I had a chance to go to Antarctica, I'd be there in a heartbeat.
I wouldn't go play a concert there. I'd go
Listen.
check it out.
Listen.
By myself.
Listen, don't you find it disturbing, Caton, that, like I mentioned before, if you're genuinely trying to play like some remote locations, right? Naturally hostile, go play for the troops in Afghanistan. If you want to,
Well, again, it's a matter of logistics. It's
Hey,
much
point out
easier to
this.
play Antarctica.
Why don't we just get down to this? Why can't anybody call these guys out? Like, are they that above?
How are you going to call them out?
Everybody.
We're millionaire rock stars. We can do and go wherever the fuck we want. That's the way I'm thinking it.
This is the problem. The problem I have with it is we got a fucked up planet we already live on. A band like that could do so many great things that could help so many people with their fame.
well put.
And whatever happened to that?
Hey, we don't know what they do with their money. I don't know.
You
They
know
could be
how
throwing
many
down
millions it took to take.
John, you're not understanding what
No,
I'm saying.
I understand exactly what you're saying, and I don't agree with it.
If you really want,
I don't agree with it. That's all.
You know,
listen. What I'm trying to get through your thick fucking head. Like, this is the problem.
My thick head. Jeez.
You're thick in the head, motherfucker. Listen,
Jesus
please.
Christ.
What I'm trying to say.
Don't you have a new record
is
out?
that I just think it's sad because to me, music's always been about the fans and like playing concerts where people can actually go see you. So the problem I have with it more than any of this, there's a lot of angles you can come from on this. But
Dude, I can't see them because I can't afford them. I can't afford a $100 ticket anymore. And that's here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but see, that's on them as a band. They could bring that shit down. There's a lot they could do. They've got
They
money.
could. They don't have to.
They got enough money to last their kids. They're going to be fine. Instead of making these expensive movies and fucking playing the Antarctic, there's so many other cool things these guys could be doing.
Don't you think Led Zeppelin would be doing the same thing if they had the option to do it?
because they have integrity. Because they have integrity, dude. Here's the deal. Because I can see your point. What you're trying to say is they've achieved something monumental that no other band or for that matter, entertainer has done.
Nope.
What you're losing sight of and what you don't comprehend and what you're not grasping
You're assuming this.
is that Antarctica, aside from it being the last region, which we still really don't know there. We don't know if there's I just find it disturbing that Coca-Cola and Metallica are choosing to film there. The last region where if you look at
Cavs,
the footage,
what fucking planet are you on? Corporate, dude. Metallica are on some fucking U2 level shit. If some corporate is going to say like, dude, we're going to give you X amount of money to go to Antarctica.
Camp Freedom would love to have you there,
dude. The government
donate that money to that video to the homeless or to veterans.
Dude, that's not up to me. That's not up to you. Whatever they want to do, that's what they want to do. It's a novelty.
I like how Kate can't speak this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, Kate.
I'm waiting for you two to get done fighting with each other so we can talk sensibly here. Well, what I'm trying to say, though, is what about playing for the fans? And, okay, so what? They're fucking huge. That's great. I'm actually happy for those guys. I really don't give a fuck. I don't listen to them.
Yeah, dude, come on.
I don't listen to that band at all. Seriously, and if I do, it's only the first 3 albums. That's everybody knows. Anybody that knows me knows that's a fact. But the problem I have with it is, you don't even want to fucking do stuff like that because, dude, what about concerts where people can actually breathe and like not freeze their dick off. You know, come on. Are you kidding me?
Well, I mean,
Really?
I find this just as disturbing as Manowar charging $100 for an admittance fee. It's like it's blatant
agree.
fucking robbery. It's ridiculous. It's fucking
agree.
absurd. There's no real give back to the audience. There's no real give back to the fans other than to feed your ego and to make more millions.
Yeah,
Well,
and
again,
maybe- okay,
they're not going to be making
so what?
they're not going to be making
They're
Antarctica
fucking
a regular tour stop. Again, this is probably going to be the one time they're ever going to do it. And dude, the one, if you can say once in your life, I've been to Antarctica.
Well, guess what?
You're done.
I believe Metallica just announced that. I think they're going to be the sound effect, fucking Malcolm X.
All I'm saying is,
By any means
whatever.
necessary.
Metallica just announced that they're going to be playing Mars and they're going to be touring the moon extensively. Did you hear about that, Caden?
Yeah, that's fucking great. I can't wait.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know who's going to photograph that? Mars Castro.
I wouldn't even have known about this shit if it wasn't for Facebook. I would have never even known because I don't pay attention to that shit. So I was like, "What? They played where?" And it just fuck. Maybe they're rich as fuck, which they are. Maybe it's just gotten to an uncrazy amount of money to where they're like, "Hey, what can we do next that doesn't make any sense?"
Well, they'll be in
fucking
Mars.
Great, whatever.
Yeah. Listen, man. Obviously, you and I are on the same boat. And you know what? I'm going to embrace this. I don't know if you are. Yeah, I'm hating. I'm hating extravagantly because like I mentioned before, you know, if you really want to give back, I get it. Okay, you know, you want to really set the bar high and you want to be recorded as the all-time greatest group. Awesome. You know what? Why don't you go play fucking Camp Cobra, fucking the remote hostile region of fucking Afghanistan hills where they're under fucking, those soldiers are under siege. Or better yet, you know what? That video that you're going to make millions off of, donate that money to some fucking like real charitable causes. And don't get a tax break for that. That would really fucking shut me up.
I
Don't
think
get a
it's
tax
great.
break.
I think it's great that Johnny wants to stand up for him. That's cool. But I'm just saying, like most bands, if they would have done that, they would get such a rash of shit. And it just surprises me.
I mean,
that a lot of-
will we be having this discussion if it was fucking Jay-Z or something like that?
All right.
Come on, dude.
Why would we? Why would we?
Exactly.
We would expect.
Would you
something like that.
would you have the same reaction?
No, because I would expect that from him.
All right, on
Metallica's
that
no different.
note, all right. Caden W. DePena, you got your amazing record out. Will you be playing Saturn anytime in 2014?
No.
right.
Look, the thing. Okay, I just want to put this straight from where I'm coming from. I just think that it's crazy, you know, and I think that if you're a band
Ludicrous.
or a musician, like it's fine they want to do that. That's on them. Okay, Metallica's played the Antarctic, but for me, I still think it's about playing concerts under conditions that people can actually see your band and actually hear your band correctly. And you know, if they want to play fucking 45, whatever, how many more? They can do it again and again and again. So they can say they played this many continents in 5 years, whatever. But I still think it's about playing concerts that are, you know, real concerts for the fans. And I still think you got to think that way. And that's the way I'm going to do my shit.
So what you're saying is when the tour gets confirmed and I can talk about it in 2014, you're not going to be charging $99.99 for your ticket like Manowar?
No, I mean, that's just nuts. And the other thing is, too, is you segregate your audience when you have crazy ticket prices like that. I mean, music seriously should be for everyone. It's just, like I said, I think the problem even with me with that Metallica show was just that it's like, are you kidding me? Like, you're going to, I mean, like, you talk about logistics. Yeah, insane logistics. But to me, you wouldn't do those kinds of concerts if you really wanted people there. It was just a publicity stunt. That's really what the whole fucking thing was.
PR, it's all it is. It's a money grab.
I mean, they did a good job with the publicity stunt because everybody's talking about it, but I mean, it's not winning them back any old fans. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, you know what? I heard some Penguins really had a great time. Caden, I want to thank you for being on the show and giving us your opinion.
And at the end of the day, I still respect Johnny's opinion, though. That's
Likewise.
That's what he's got to say.
I love him. I love Caden.
It's all good, man.
Hey, when you can announce that tour, man, please let me know because I'm dying to fucking unleash the news to the masses, okay?
I'll be in touch, and just keep it real. I mean, the problem, like I said, back to the whole Metallica thing, was like, really, come on, guys.
It's really insane. It's what it is.
It's fucking out of control. But hey, you know, to each of their own, and that's what's great about this conversation we're having between each other. Everybody can, have their own opinion, and that's what it should be all about.
All right, my friend. Well, thanks for being on the line with me, brother.
All right, guys, you take care and have a fucking kick-ass Sunday.
Awesome. You know what, Mr. X? I need a diffuse. Hit it.
That was fun.
I don't know if you guys know this, but not only has Metallica actually played all 7 continents now, we've played all 7 continents in 2013.
Your own idiom, you're a punk. And a pretty second-rate punk at that.
Hail, young rising, bow to your knees. Armageddon, the apocalypse now is here.
information is Mr. Know-It-All.
I'm coming,
baby. All right, Lost Johnny, Mr. fucking Metal Militia over there. Why don't you tell us what we heard from beginning to end?
Don't try love and let you take command.
Is this on? All right, now here we are. All right, we started from the top of the hour with the song Antarctica from the band Immortal. I think they said something along that lines from their record Sons of Northern Darkness. After that, we heard that little band from the Bay Area, Metallica, with the song they did not play in Antarctica, Trapped Under Ice, from their classic second record, Ride the Lightning. We started the next set with Caton, the Black Devil, Diablo Negro, with his new song from the new record, Immortal Legacy, Hellion Rising.
Yeah, his new band from 1984.
Yeah, exactly.
83, actually.
83, yeah, they've been around. After that, we heard... here's Johnny. After that, we heard Brazil's own Christian, Blood of Lions, from the record, The Great Execution. And we ended the set with Germany's Sodom. New stuff, Invoking the Demons, from their record, Epitome of Torture.
Yeah, let me mention this real quick. First of all, I want to thank El Diablo Negro for joining me on that nice debate that we had about the Metallica Antarctica fucking money grab experience. Immortal Legacy, Hyrax's new record, will be released March 4th, 2014 in the United States. For those of you in Europa, February 24th, and that's on SPV/Steamhammer Records. You could actually go to iTunes right now and download Hellion Rising. And there is a U.S. tour for 2014, which is fucking epic. And for those of you that just listened to that last block, wink, wink, it's not confirmed yet, but once it is and I get the green light, I will be announcing it to you. All right. For those of you that have listened to the show here at the Skidrow Studios or in our prior
incarnation,
in our prior station where we were so freely allowed to express ourselves,
we were so respected.
Yeah, you guys know that throughout the United States, I've been very honest with my audience, and obviously, for those of you that know me very well, you know the story that. There used to be a time where I used to be an avid law enforcement advocate. I used to actually really go
You were
out.
a pro guy.
I was pro policeman. I would go out of my way to say to the people that were like, literally sacrilegiously and blasphemous against law enforcement, saying, listen, this occupation, they deal with the dregs of society, which they do, I was I was an advocate of the legal justice system that we have here in the United States, where, you are innocent until proven guilty when you face,
a jury of your peers.
Exactly, And then I had my encounter and I realized I was full of shit. So here's the deal. Starting in October, actually, this is an all-year thing, but before I commence, let me just start off by saying that all comments expressed by Jimmy Cabs or his guests do not in any way, shape, or form reflect Skidrow Studios management, staff, or their sponsors, which means is whatever you hear here right now does not reflect on the czar of Skidrow, fucking Chester Farnsworth. So leave him alone, all right? Okay. It is my belief, and it has been collaborated off the record by law enforcement officials that I know, that starting in October through November and December, I'll introduce you in a minute, law enforcement has what we would call the high pivot hit mark. In other words, that is their Super Bowl of trying to seek out, stop, and convict DUI offenders, especially here in California. Now, of course, they're not going to openly state that, but as I said, I've had off-the-record conversations with certain law enforcement officers, and they've actually collaborated. That, yeah, we're out there, we're looking, we're going out of our way to stop anyone that we feel is under the influence of driving under the influence. And you know what? As a normal law-abiding citizen, you'd be all for that. But what you don't know is that they have quotas. And in some cases, it's not about seeing... I mean, yeah, if I see someone that's inebriated and is a hazard on the road, I would want that person stopped automatically. But
Salvadorian Mike.
But what we're excluding is racial profiling. In lower minority communities, they're just straight out just pulling over people for whatever reason, and the blatant violation of your constitutional rights. So why, as I calm down a little bit,
Take a breather.
Yeah, let me take a breather. Let me introduce real deal criminal defense attorney Jeff Vole. Jeff Vole, for those of you who have listened to the show, not only is my legal gladiator, he's been on our prior shows before. Welcome for the first time to the Very Maddox Recap Show. He's the real deal. In other words, he ain't like some he ain't like Memo from down the street from my pad, a jailhouse lawyer. He's the real deal. He actually has a law degree. He practices law here in the state of California, certified. Welcome, Jeff Vole. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I want to meet this Memo from down the street.
He's actually pretty rad, dude.
It's actually Mike's cousin.
All right. I've already started your segment with some very outrageous statements, and I know that you can't on the record state that, but would you agree, though, that starting in October through December, law enforcement is specifically out there looking for suspected DUI offenders?
I think it starts on Halloween night, man, and it goes all the way to January 1st.
Why would you say that? Because of the festivities, right?
Well, yeah, but if you look at the commercials on TV and radio, etc., Halloween is promoted as a drinking holiday. It's not just for kids anymore, in other words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's actually a big night for DUI checkpoints and a lot of arrests. Starts on Halloween. So, yeah, the cops, CHP, California Highway Patrol, they're out there. And they start maybe the 30th or before October 31st.
Now, obviously, for anyone that has never had an experience with a law enforcement stop, you like the way I used to feel, you'd be like, hey, if you're drinking and driving, fuck it, you deserve what you get. Which, of course, you and I agree as well. Let's start off by saying that we're not condoning.
Not condoning that shit.
We're not condoning that shit, but someone's got to get. How you gonna get home? No, just kidding.
Dude, cabs are expensive. But then again, so are DUIs.
But what the problem I have with is the blatant violation of your rights. So why don't we start off responsibly by stating the fact that it is a criminal offense to drive under the influence, correct?
That's exactly right.
Now, there's a lot of people that I know ever since the whole cannabis craze here in California has been made more accessible with the medical card. It's also an offense to drive under the influence of cannabis. They're stoned.
And meth and cocaine and et cetera.
Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that think that because they have a card, it's cool. Like, hey, I just bought the joint, but it's cool. I have a card. Like, no, it's against the law to drive under the influence stoned, right?
There's a lot of kids out there that have been misinformed about the whole 215 card. That's correct.
Okay, so what would you suggest, first off, if you are having some adult beverages and you reach that point where you feel you're inebriated? Because let's start off responsibly here.
I tell this to all my clients. Everyone who sits across from me across from my desk, they come in for a DUI consultation. The first thing I tell them is, if in the future, and I tell them to mention this to all their friends and family, I said, in the future, if you have to get behind the wheel because you're far from home, you had a couple drinks, you have no idea what your blood alcohol content is, but you feel like you may be a little buzzed, maybe you shouldn't drive, but you have to drive, and you're behind the wheel, you're cruising home, you think you're driving great, lo and behold, you're getting pulled over. What do you do? What do you not do? Here is the best advice I can give anyone, okay? First is, the officer's going to smell alcohol on you, so he's going to arrest you. Inevitably, you're going to get arrested. Right? Especially if you tell the officer you've been drinking. Highway Patrol has a policy. They're going to pull you out of the car. Actually, any law enforcement officer. But Highway Patrol, they're not going to give you any breaks, man. They're going to take you in. If you're Barack Obama, you're the president, you're the chief of police, you're going to get arrested for DUI. So what happens is this. They're looking for information to put in their police report to justify their arrest. Because, for example, these chemical tests, they are given post-arrest. So they're going to arrest you first, and then they're going to test you. So the best advice I give anyone is this. If you're getting pulled over, what do you do? What do you not do? You don't answer any questions. You don't take any field sobriety test. You tell the officer exactly what I just said. Officer, I'm not going to answer any questions, and I'm not going to take any test. If you arrest me, I demand a blood test. and you literally shut it down. You say nothing else.
Okay, now hang on a minute, Jeff. So what you're saying is, and again, let's remind the audience here because, I don't want in any way, shape, or form to sound like what I'm doing is feeding my audience a crock of shit. You are a real criminal defense attorney.
Yes,
You're
right.
licensed to practice law here in California.
That's correct.
Okay, so what you're saying is if for whatever reason, first of all, if you feel that you're drunk, you shouldn't even be driving. You should get a cab or a designated driver.
I agree 100%.
But if you find yourself, coming home where you feel that you're okay and you get stopped, especially during the months of October to December, and you've had a couple of drinks, and that police officer who's he's trained to observe for the symptoms, whether it's visual, your smell, your scent, etc. If he asks you to start, if he starts inquiring questions or asks you to participate in the FSTs, you are to adamantly deny that? Is that your legal constitutional right to deny that?
Yes, you do not have to submit to field sobriety tests. And what do we learn from watching TV, going back all the way to Adam 12 when I was a kid?
Keep your mouth shut.
Remain silent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why? Because the officer is going to need to know and put in his report what time you started drinking, how much did you drink, what did you drink, etc.
Oh.
They fill their empty boxes on a DUI arrest report with that information. So without that information, if the case eventually goes to trial, they're going to have problems. They're going to have a lot of problems trying to prove you guilty beyond all reasonable doubt that you were DUI or driving with a 0.08% of alcohol in your blood or higher.
So when that police officer approaches you and he asks you very nonchalantly and non-threatening,
so have you been drinking?
Hey, where are you coming from?
Right.
Oh, I'm coming from fucking Guatemala and Frankspad. Oh, have you had anything to drink? The standard fucking... What's the standard ignorant... Somebody, Mike, what do you say? Hey, kid.
I ain't been dreaming.
Oh, fucking idiot. Stay off the mic. Lost Johnny, what's the standard answer? Oh, I've had like 2 beers.
Yes, 2 beers.
Okay, right off the bat, right then and there, you've just not only confirmed the officer's suspicion, but now you're on record for admitting that you consumed alcohol, correct?
You basically fucked up.
So basically, you could just say, I refuse to answer any questions. Here's my identification, my insurance, until I speak to my lawyer. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying is you just be quiet. You don't say anything except what I said. Officer, I'm not going to take any test. I'm not going to answer any questions. If you decide to arrest me, I demand a blood test. And that's it. And that's all you say.
What about if you are non-Caucasian? I don't mean to sound, sorry there, Mr. X. I don't mean to sound fucking ignorant, but like if you're in like Latino neighborhoods or black neighborhoods where they're considered high crime or gang affiliated or what have you, where the police are more aggressive, this is actually I'm going to be honest with you. I've had this happen to me where they say, Are you refusing to cooperate? And when I respond, hey, that's my legal right, then they insinuate that, you're going to get your head. That happens, right, Jeff? You know that does happen.
It's probably happening right now. It happens every day.
But that is your legal constitutional right, correct?
It's your constitutional right to remain silent. You don't have to submit to field sobriety test. And understand this. That also means you do not have to submit to what they call a preliminary breath test, which is the handheld machine. You do not have to blow into that machine. Most CHP officers on Friday or Saturday night will have each car equipped with a PAS device. It's called a preliminary breath testing device or preliminary alcohol screening device. You don't have to blow into that. It's when they arrest you for DUI. The implied consent laws in the state of California state you must submit to a test post-arrest.
Right.
That's why I'm telling you and all your listeners, never to blow, always bleed. Just remember that. Remain silent, no tests, don't blow, bleed.
But what about, for instance, when the officer implies that you're making it difficult for yourself? Like, hey, man, you know what? I'm trying to be cool here. I'm trying to cooperate with you. Now you're forcing me to arrest you. All you got to do is just walk this line. What are you doing? Good cop, bad cop.
And you know what? The cop's doing a good job because he's trying to be your friend. He's trying to get you to do that test. That field sobriety test, whether it's touch your nose, pat your hand, walk a line, stand on one leg, etc., will be used against you.
It will.
It will not help.
You've never seen a
all.
case where the officer excludes that because he's being cool.
No.
No,
Never.
right? No.
Never.
Okay.
And let's say you do well on this field sobriety test, because when you go to trial in front of a jury, there is no pass-fail. There's no grading system for a field sobriety test. It doesn't exist. It's all subjective in the minds of the cop who's going to arrest you. Excuse me, who did arrest you, and now he's writing his report.
Right.
What the hell you think he's going to say? Oh, you know what? Jimmy Cabs, he did pretty damn good on that field sobriety test, but what the hell, I arrested him anyways.
Yeah.
No, he's going to say you effed it up.
That's incredible, man. You know, it's funny when we talk about this because I'm sure, by the way, anybody out there that wants to call in and talk to Jeff, 1-800-893-9562. You can't be related to Salvador and Mike. You gotta speak, proper English.
Memo, don't call.
Yeah, but it's funny because depending, again, like I mentioned, Jeff, you might find this hard to believe because you live in a nice neighborhood, but you grew up in a real world neighborhood, so you can relate.
I grew up down the street from you, bro.
I know. So you can relate to this. Depending on what geographical region of Los Angeles you are, depends on what type of attitude the police officer you're dealing with. I've had encounters, and I've had people tell me encounters where they've actually have been directed. You need to walk that line. You need to do it now. Of course, anyone that is not familiar or is not accustomed to dealing with, if you're accustomed to getting arrested all the time, you're like, fuck it, whatever, take me to jail. It's like fucking a reunion. But if you got a job, you're married, you're coming for, watching the game, or you're coming with your wife from a friend of mine that just happened to, just coming from a Halloween party, they're law-abiding citizens. They're entrusting the police that what they're being told to do is part of their legal rights, but you're saying no. So again, keep quiet, correct?
Let me tell you something. If the police ever come knocking on your door, it's not to find out your opinion on the local neighborhood watch program. You understand?
Absolutely.
They're looking at you. And if you've been drinking, you're on the side of the road, you got two cops in a car versus you. Maybe you have a passenger, maybe you don't. It's intimidating. It's
Very intimidating.
hard to say what I am telling people to say right now. It's very difficult. I've been pulled over. I've never been arrested in California, but I've been pulled over. And when I look back on the times I was pulled over, I said too much. It wasn't for DUI, it was for something else. I was on my motorcycle. But nevertheless, just remain silent. Tell the cops, I'm not going to take any test. If you arrest me, I demand a blood test.
Okay.
Okay? And say nothing.
Now, when you get to the station, they give you the option of a breathalyzer or blood. And you're stating that it would be in their best interest to take a blood test.
I say that. Some other attorneys prefer a breath test, but
you're our guy, so
Yeah.
take a blood test.
I go with blood because I can retest it.
Mm-hmm.
Law enforcement, the prosecutors, et cetera, they only test for alcohol level. Okay? They only test for alcohol. I can retest the same sample. Jimmy, your sample, I can get it. My independent lab does it. We test it for alcohol content, whether or not bacteria is present, and the amount of preservative that's supposed to be in the vial before they put your blood in there. My lab only charges like $220 to do it. And a lot of times I find faults with that sample.
Wow.
A lot of times.
Which in that case could lead to that person actually having a
reduced charge or a good defense at trial.
Wow, all right, right on.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this. When you're approaching these sobriety checkpoints, I've had this question asked to me all week to ask you. Legally they're supposed to notify you with a certain amount of feet. Is that correct?
Yes and no. There's supposed to be advance notice to the public. And there's supposed to be some signs that say checkpoint ahead. So next time you drive through or walk near a checkpoint, take a look if in fact there is advance notice of a checkpoint ahead. Also, take a look at whether or not there's a way to get out of the checkpoint before you go in.
Is that legal? Can you do that? Because I've seen, from my own experience, I've seen when you try to avoid that, a motorcycle cop will come chasing you down.
That's exactly
and
right.
initiate the stop.
Say it again?
And initiate a stop.
Sure. because now they're looking at somebody who might be trying to get out of the checkpoint because that person may be under the influence. But there's a case. It's called Ingersoll versus Palmer that sets out the exact guidelines that the police need to set forth in advance before they set up a checkpoint. And if those don't exist, there's a good shot we may have at getting the whole case thrown out on a certain motion that we file as defense attorneys.
Interesting. Now, if you are going through a checkpoint, does that same legal advice that you just gave a couple minutes ago apply?
Yes, absolutely.
Because those environments are even more intimidating.
There's a lot more cops, man. They got
way
all those
more
lights out there.
It's like fucking Nazi Germany, man. It's like the Jewish stop. I mean, they're surrounding you. They got the fucking vans right on the side. I mean, they're looking at you like you're guilty. They're already looking inside your car as they're inquiring who you are. I mean, does that legal advice also apply?
Absolutely. Technically, you're being stopped, right? Whether you're speeding or swerving, you're being stopped by the police. By the way, on those checkpoints, they're supposed to count like every fifth car where they stop it.
You know, and I know they don't do that.
Look, man, if they see a white dude in a suit with a BMW 750 and the next car is an Impala with some homeboys in it, who do you think they're going to pull over, bro? Who do you think they're going to pull
Simple
over?
math.
Yeah, right. Like, if you see Mr. X driving, and then all of a sudden Lost John is behind him, who are they going to pull over?
Yeah,
Mr. X. Now, what's really interesting, Jeff, is when you take the blood, why do you recommend taking the blood test at the station? Again, let's recap here because a lot of my audience smokes cannabis. If you get pulled over, keep it simple. Keep your mouth shut. Obviously, you have to apply, though, with your identification, insurance, or what have you, correct?
That's right.
But keep your mouth shut. Don't answer that trick question. Where are you coming from? Well, I'm coming from, fucking Skidrow studio party. Anything to drink? Keep your mouth shut, right?
That's right.
And at that point, no matter what they tell you, whether you're making it difficult for yourself or get out of the car, we need to have you walk a line or breathe into this device or give us the fucking alphabet from fucking backward to forward, you don't have to comply to any of that. It's your legal right, correct?
That's correct.
It's once you get to the station that you have to comply with either a blood or a breathalyzer.
Yeah, that's right. Post-arrest or after you've been arrested, yes.
Okay. Now, why do you recommend the blood?
As I stated earlier, because I can retest it. Now, let's be clear on this. If a person has had absolutely no alcohol, right, and they're on meth or heroin, you name it, you don't want a blood test, man. You want to blow. You want to blow hard because you don't have any damn alcohol in your system. But yeah, if you got alcohol on board, my best advice is take a blood test because I can retest it.
Okay.
That breath sample, if you blow into a machine and you're a 0.15 or a 0.23, the second after you blow that second sample, and they require 2 in the state of California, there's a little button and they purge the machine of your breath sample. So it's forever gone. It dissipates in the air. I can't retest that. It's gone.
So like, what about these cases, or, again, these are revelations that I've had people tell me personally, where they've blown into the device and it was not the designated number they were looking for, and they're asked to blow again.
Supposed to blow twice. In the state of California, the officer is going to tell you, because some people get pissed off, right? They think, oh shit, I just blew once.
Okay.
I blew, and now you're asking me to blow again. So most police officers will tell the next in line defendant that, hey man, the machine didn't register. Can you just give me one more sample, please? And they're supposed to wait a couple minutes. So you blow again, and now they got you twice, which is what's required in the state of California. They can still prosecute you on one breath sample, but they like to get 2.
Yeah, that way it nails it, right?
Yeah, and it's supposed to be a 0.02 from the first sample within each other. And if not, let's say you blow a 0.11 on the first sample, they wait 2 minutes. You blow a 0.08, that's 0.03 difference. There's a problem there. If the officer is smart, he'll say, you know what, I got to have you blow one more time. So now, if you blow a 0.09 or 0.10, you're within 0.02 of either the first or the second sample, so you're good. They got you.
Yeah. It's very interesting when you talk about the tactics that law enforcement uses, and obviously the fact that, I mean, I don't want to judge. I don't want to pin all law officers as far as this, but it is a common practice where, they don't advise you of that legal right. They give you that somewhat option as a command when you're on the field.
Right.
I've never had an officer, or I've never had anyone that I've known encounter police officers where they say, hey, I was told that this was my right. I have the option to decline. No, it's always get out and, breathe into this or walk into that.
Understand, a police officer is not there to help you, especially when you're being looked at as someone who might be committing any crime.
Right.
Whether it's petty theft or DUI, they're not there to help you, man. They want to get
the case.
Enough facts, they want to convict you, and they can care less what happens to you.
Now,
That's the name of the game.
Let's talk about how people get a hold of you here. How can people get a hold of your services?
The best way is on my websites. It's either crimeattorney.com or laduidefender.com.
Now, let's also talk about, because this is, Johnny, I don't know if you want to jump in here, but there are a lot of festivities that go on from October to December that they're advertised as alcohol consumption festivities. And there's police, you know what I'm talking about.
No, and it's just funny the way you're
and there's
that.
Police right outside waiting for you once you leave. They're there at 9 p.m. waiting for you.
Right.
Is that legal?
Sure, because the cop's just going to say he was on patrol and he just happened to see you
The
exit
mastery
the
of
parking
words,
lot.
huh?
Yeah. Lucky cop, right?
Right.
Are you asking me if police officers stake out the Oktoberfest in Torrance and hang out after Rose Bowl games? Absolutely. Absolutely. Or do they park down the street of really popular bars? You damn right they do.
Right. And the same rules apply, correct? If you do get stopped. Would you agree that it's not in your best interest to have any form of dialogue with the police officer other than with the basic information that you need to provide?
Yeah, and let's face it, man, you don't have to say a word when you're handing over your driver's license, insurance, and registration. You just give it to him or her.
What if you're an illegal alien?
No,
I'm being serious.
Yeah,
what if you're not a legal resident of this country?
The good news is constitutional rights still apply to someone who's here unlawfully or illegally.
Okay.
Oh.
So what I said
see?
applies to everybody.
Okay. Now, what if you get stopped, and as I mentioned before, you didn't have a beverage? There's a lot of people that I know that didn't have a beverage. They just puffed a joint. And the police officer stops you, and he gets a whiff of that marijuana.
Well, then the cop's going to tell you need to take a blood test. He's going to demand a blood test. And the blood test is going to reveal whether or not that person who has smoked weed has a certain amount of nanograms of THC per milliliter of blood. And then the prosecutor will decide whether or not to charge you. The good news is, when we get arrested for DUI, we have to fight the two-headed dragon. One of the heads is the court, who wants to convict you of something, DUI hopefully. The other head of the dragon is the DMV. In a DUI drug case, whether it's weed, THC, meth, heroin, cocaine, you name it, the DMV is not going to take your license. The law is they take it for alcohol-related DUI cases with a 0.08% or higher. So, just so the audience knows, let's say you blew into a machine because you didn't take Jeff Vall's advice and you weren't listening to Skidrow Studios.
Right.
And you blew a 0.08 and a 0.07. The DMV is going to give you your license back because both tests were not a 0.08 or higher. Okay? They got to be 0.08 twice for them to take your license.
Oh, interesting, man. What if
on the breath test? Excuse me.
Now, what if you consumed one of those? Lost Johnny, what do you call those marijuana fucking things? Edibles.
Ooh.
Now, those edibles. Not that I would know.
I do.
But those edibles, they take effect. What would you say, like an hour?
They kicks in about an hour.
Let's just say you ate a fucking cookie. You know, you're at a Christmas party and some fucker gave you a cookie and driving home and all of a sudden now you're fucking stoned and all of a sudden that Oriole Speedwagon song is sounding really good. Red lights behind you. This may sound like I'm being sarcastic, but I'm being serious. There's a lot of people especially people that listen to this show, believe it or not, that they're not accustomed to dealing with law enforcement. Would it be positive? Would it be encouraged to reveal, like, hey, I think I ate this cookie and I think I'm stoned, or, keep your mouth shut, right?
What you say will be used against you.
Okay, I wanted to emphasize
Not can
that.
and will be used against you. It will be used against you.
Okay.
So if you're telling an officer, I just ate this cookie and it was laced with all this weed or whatever it is, it's going to be used against you. They're going to pull you out of the car. They're going to demand a blood test and
Turn down that REO Speedwagon, sir.
roll your dice in court.
It just did bad. Jeff O, your advice is always fucking monumental. I mean, for those of you that are even thinking about not going to the legal octagon with a counselor, would you advise them to go with a fucking counselor, especially if it's their first offense? Because believe it or not, there's like this belief that, well, it's my first time, I don't need a lawyer, fuck it, I'll just plead guilty. Would it be best to consult legal advice?
Absolutely. And if you cannot afford the services of a private defense attorney like myself, you will be supplied a public defender in court. So you eventually will get legal advice.
Okay, but it's definitely, you got to go in there with a lawyer, correct?
Yeah, it's required. They're not going to let you, in certain circumstances, a judge will let you represent yourself, but it's always advised not to do that.
You know what? I would advise my whole audience to seek out the legal advice of Jeff Vold. Jeff Vold not only is an amazing fucking legal gladiator, trust me, I know. I don't want to get into my story, but I know. But as you heard here, he's just, and what you're saying is not like this really deep, dark secret that lurks in the bottom of the cesspool of the legal community. It's our constitutional rights.
Exercise them, that's right.
That are unfortunately being, manipulated and slowly eroding. But while we have them, exercise them. Again, Jeff Vold, how can people get a hold of you?
On my website, crimeattorney.com or laduidefender.com.
You know what? I got to tell you. And of course, if you contact Jeff Vold and you tell him that you listen to him on the Very Manic Jimmy Cap show, Jeff Vold will give you a great lawyer discount.
That's exactly right.
Hey.
Jeff Vold, you are indeed fucking the best, man. For those of you, remember, Christmas parties, New Year's Eve parties, a lot of festivities, even if you don't indulge, in partying, you got to go to your company dinner, company Christmas party. You may have one beverage. All it takes is just one beverage because they're out there. They're sharks. You know what I mean? And what we're saying is no disrespect to law enforcement. It is what it is. Remember, the state of California is broke, and they're making. And is it a big money?
Actually, Counselor, the state of California is not broke.
What a dick! LaShawn is just arguing. You know what? We got this guy announced. Give him a drink.
Hey, man.
Would you agree that DUI offenses are big money grabbers for the state, or the whole fucking machinery?
For first offense DUI, your court cost alone, fines and fees, are going to be about $1,900 to $2,000. That doesn't take into account the first offenders alcohol program, which is about a 32 to 36 hour course that ranges in price from $400 to $600. And who has to pay that? The criminal defendant. So yeah, and that's just court costs. That's just what gets you out of court after you've been convicted of a DUI. Then the insurance companies sink their teeth in, and you're looking at $10,000 to $15,000 over the next 3 years in increased insurance costs. So yeah, think before you drink and drive. Never drink and drive. Always take a taxi. Always, 100%. For your listeners right now, go online, Google any taxi company, put their 800 number into your phone, and never drink and drive.
Attaboy. All right. Jeff Vold, thank you very much. On that note,
Thanks,
again,
brother.
how can people get a hold of you one more time?
Crimeattorney.com, one word, crimeattorney.com, or laduidefender.com. Hey, Jimmy, can I get another Cape Cod?
Yeah. All right, Mr. X, hook us up with the two while we get some drinks.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the court will appoint you one.
You figured, here's a loser, a deadbeat, somebody the square community won't give a shit about. Well, aren't you? Well, yeah.
Do you know what nemesis means? A righteous infliction of retribution manifested by an appropriate agent. Personified in this case by a horrible cunt. Me.
Getting some and they say, but in this place to build.
All right. For those of you that just heard that fucking golden, free legal advice by Jeff Vole, I strongly encourage you to follow it, especially the part about staying fucking quiet. Keep your mouth shut.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up and call Jeff Vole. Lost Johnny, what did we hear?
We did hear the songs that I have chosen from this point on, aside from a few little bumps, for my best of 2013.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, it is my turn now. We started the set with Nails, Absolute Control from their record, Abandon All Life. Fuck!
That's a sick record.
Sick. Can't tell me. That's been a soundtrack to many a workout. That was out on Southern Lord. After that, we heard Lightning Swords of Death from their record, Baphometic Chaosium, their song Psychic Waters. Awesome record, never disappoint. Jesus Christ, that was out on Metal Blade, the kick ass. One of my favorite records of this year. After that, we heard a mutual favorite of ours, Carcass, the Master Butcher's Apron from the record Surgical Steel. You and I both love that record.
I don't understand why that record got bashed so much, man. You know what? I guess I could say that, it had so much time have elapsed.
I would say more than a few.
But I got to tell you, you know what? That record is fucking, and you know me, I love the shit on shit. That record is fucking impeccable. It's a great record. I don't know why a lot of people bashed it.
Stupid.
Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. Century Media put that record out. And then the last song we played was Vol, VHOL. And that features Mike Schmidt from Yob and two of the guys from Ludacris. Awesome record. Again, you turned me on to this one. Fucking great. Actually, flawless.
Two amazing musicians coming together to fucking form a supergroup. By the way, Carcass was on Nuclear Blast last shot.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. Profound Lore put out the Vol record, and the name of that song is Insane with Faith, and hopefully they'll be coming out on vinyl soon. So.
All right, let me introduce my guests here. This is really a great fucking monumental fucking very Matic Jimmy Cap show experience.
All right,
true underground legends. Bay Cortez of Sadistic Intent, and wow, how much underground can you get with the scrap metal guys? You guys are fucking truly underground. Thank you for being here, man.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Great to be here, like always.
Yeah, right on, man. Now, first of all, did you guys listen to Jeff Vole's legal advice? If you get stopped while you're leaving here?
No, we're too busy having a great time with LA traffic coming down here.
Well, here's the deal. If you get stopped after drinking these consumptions, we're not responsible, and keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know nothing.
That would have been nice to know back in January.
If they ask anything, we just left church.
Did you get your cherry broken too? By the way,
Yeah, I did. I think we're all part of the club.
Yeah, you didn't listen to that last year's Jeff Vole episode.
I wish I would have.
All right. Oh boy. Yeah, let's drink to that. Jesus, that's a nightmare.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so
Never drink and drive, like you said. Just sip and cruise.
Yeah, sip and cruise. December 21st. This is really interesting here. Music Obscure. Where's the lovely Claire at?
She's out there.
Oh, shit, we threw her out?
The one time you have a girl in here, you fucking throw her out.
Oh, my gosh. Claire, can you come in here, please? You look so beautiful.
Jerk off.
Yeah. Is she out there?
Somebody?
I like how Sorry to Mark just sits here. Lovely Claire. Hey. There you are. I can't believe they left you out there. Jesus, I can't believe these guys get laid. No fucking... All right, so December 21st, Music Obscure and Dark Realm Records are presenting a very intimate show with Sadistic Intent. Now, right off the bat, let me just start off by saying, anyone that doesn't reside within the Los Angeles, Southern California communities will be fucking pissed as fuck. This is a very rare, very intimate show. And the reason why I say that is because the Stardust is a very, very small, intimate, cool bar.
Yeah.
My question goes off real quick to you, Claire. How did this come by? How did this happen? I mean, you guys just came back from like this monumental Southeast Asia tour.
Yeah.
You came, 2013 has been a great fucking year for you. You did Europe.
Yeah, we did. Went out there. We went to Australia. We went to Singapore. Oh. And this show, we only played twice in LA, so we kind of wanted to end it up, do one more show to end up the year. And, I kind of approached Claire and see if she wanted to do it right there at the Stardust, and kind of just came together. Last minute, the year was, time flies, so it kind of came kind of fast.
Yeah, like Music Obscure, you've done some pretty good little underground shows here and there. What you do is you provide like a venue and a platform for some underground bands to play, which I love that. You know, it's like you really do a
Right.
great job. How do you feel about doing this show, though? I mean, this is what a way to end the year, man.
Yeah, after the grindcore show we did, that was pretty fantastic. So it's a great way to end the year with.
By the way, you look amazing. Are you single still? Let's get the great questions out first. Look at Claire. It's like, all right, off the mic. All right, so as we mentioned, Sadistic Intent's going to be playing December 1st. September 21st.
Yeah, we kind of threw the show together. You know, wanted to get some of our friends on the show. You know, kind of do a cool little gig right there. You know, it's gonna get packed and just get together, hang out.
You know,
Small
one of
gig.
the things that I've always admired about your band, I've shared with you my opinions on and off the air about this. It's the fact that how humble and how really down to earth you guys are, and I've also shared with you my angst, my anger with you guys is how everybody around you, okay, everyone outside of the Sadistic Intent family has made all this money off you guys with the bootleg shit. What is going on with you guys, man?
These guys don't seem to stop either.
Yeah, they don't, man. Like, you know what? You guys have literally. I find it funny how a band that never really has any animosity towards anybody. You don't talk shit about anybody. You're not venomous towards anybody. Yet, for some reason, and by the way, before I forget, you've influenced so many generations of bands here in Los Angeles.
Absolutely.
Which some are gracious to admit and some are not, you know? One of the things that I've always been angered about, though, is why don't you get the dough? Why not get the dough now, man? I mean, listen, you've been extremely underground, and I'm sure your dad's probably happy I'm saying this, but anyways, you've been extremely underground for over 2 decades. You've proven worldwide. You've been an influence worldwide. I mean, come on, dude. Let's get some dough going here.
Man, I'd like to see it.
Ryan, does it anger you that this whole multi?
You know what? Like when times are rough, it kind of does bother me. Like it's like, what the fuck, you know? Something didn't have any money to put gas in the car, and it's like these guys are selling your shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. That kind of bothers me, but you know what I mean? Like they just came out with, I guess somebody bootlegged the Impending Doom EP just recently, a picture disc, I guess, and it's kind of like,
it's never ending. It's relentless.
You know what I mean? It's like, at least the bootleggers in the old days would send you a copy, you know what I mean, to get it in the mail with no return address. And it's like, all right, fuckers, all right, that's cool. At least they send us a copy, you know what I mean? At least that. But these guys nowadays, they won't send you shit, man. They don't, nothing, you know? It's kind of like, I mean, that's why, like, next year we kind of plan on putting everything out officially, you know, remix it and, like, you know, put everything out in a set and stuff.
You know, you guys are very gracious, and you were here a couple of months ago, and you debuted your new song. You know, I really appreciate that. And one of the things that was a concern to you was the fact that someone would, you know, record it and bootleg it. And sure enough, that happened.
Not surprised.
But my frustration is the fact that I think that you guys have like really gone beyond the underground. I mean, let's face it, the underground is a very, very hostile environment when it comes to bands and artists, and their opinions fluctuate from supportive 1 minute to like, fuck you sold out the next. I think you guys have proven without a doubt, and you've sacrificed so much. And again, I don't get tired of saying this. You've influenced so many bands, yet at the same time, you don't get any of the rewards, especially here in Southern California. Maybe when you travel abroad. I know that abroad they give you the respect. I mean, I heard that you were embraced very, very graciously, like you mentioned in Australia and South Asia. How was that?
It was killer, man. We played at a place that was at a college, I guess. Kind of reminded me like the House of Blues and stuff. Kind of picture like that. And
nice.
Cool stage, you know, had the curtain and everything. And the sound was pretty kick-ass. It was a lot of people from Melbourne showed up to the Sydney show. It was kind of trippy because everybody I talked to, I was like, hey, where are you guys from? You know, they're Melbourne, you know, these guys are all from Melbourne. I was like, fuck, everybody's from Melbourne over here, you know? So, and then the next day, I mean, that show was killer and stuff. And the next day in Melbourne, we played, and it was a small club, but it was packed, man. It was packed, and it was like, right there's gonna be like the show at Stardust, I think, because it was small like that, you know, and it was just like, fuck, you're playing and everybody's headbanging and stuff, you know, it was killer. That's one thing I like about the shows overseas. Like, I mean, I'm not that much into slamming and stuff, and it's cool. I'm not gonna complain.
I don't think any of us at our age.
But I mean, like nowadays, I mean, nowadays,
don't slam it.
I mean, I like to kick.
Beers at $5. Don't spill my beer.
Yeah, I want to drink my beer or drink whatever and not really get bumped around. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, hey, what the fuck, But and over there, everybody's just like headbangs, and it's like that's metal. You know what I mean? I mean, slam is not. I'm not complaining and stuff. It's cool too. But just when everybody's headbanging, it's kind of like
you need to embrace what I've embraced. We're no longer kids.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my pet peeves is just like, okay, when I go to these shows, I get it. It's a whole new generation. I try not to be that fucking, Led Zeppelin guy from when we were kids. Like, I was there before you.
We're young.
I try not to do that because I think that's a buzzkill. But, but respect your elders.
Yeah.
$5 to $8. So if you go to Hollywood, $12, $15 for one beverage, don't bump into me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want some sweaty fucker hitting me right there. Like, what the fuck, like one time I was standing, I was watching a band. It was at the Metal Fest, the LA one they did. The guy from Milwaukee Metal Fest, the one he did in LA, Venom was supposed to play and they didn't show up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I was watching it. It was Eternum was playing, and when their friends were, so I went up there in the front to support. I had my drink, and this fucker hit me hard, man. And I was like, okay, I'm in the pit area. I had my leather jacket on, so I said this thing logo on the back, whatever. I'm just hanging out, partying, and this guy hit me, and I was like, all right, I'm kind of in the pit area, so I'll give him the benefit. I was like, hey man, like watch it, dude. and then he came around again, and this fucker hit me hard, and I was pissed by that, and I threw the fucking drink at his head. And I was like, all right, it's on now. And
it's on.
Luckily, my friend was there, and nothing happened. Luckily nothing happened. But fuck, man, that shit put me in a rage, man. It's like,
does it bother you? Does it bother? I mean, I don't want to get off the subject here, but I got to ask you this: does it bother you when you're playing here in Los Angeles, right? Because I mean, there used to be an etiquette before when we were kids. You get on the stage, you get the fuck off the stage.
Yeah.
Get on, get the fuck off. You don't sit there and hug the fucking vocalist. You don't try to sing along. You don't do all that bullshit. Does it bother you, though? Especially since you're playing, December 21st, this very intimate show at the Stardust, which, by the way, let me just correct me if I'm wrong, Claire. Tickets will not be sold at the door.
No, they're not going to be sold at the door, but if, by force, if I have to, I will. But tickets are selling fast, and it's going to be sold out.
Okay, so what that means is tickets are on sale now. And you're
I guess trying to avoid the whole dealing at the door situation. I mean, it's going to be...
It's a fucking nightmare.
I mean, yeah, it's just funny.
Hey, I know. I got $5.
No guest list.
Come on, give me a deal. Yeah, guest list shit. Look at Mike already. Am I on the guest list? So you're selling tickets right now, and I don't understand that. So tickets will be sold at the door, or because the original statement was there's no tickets at the door. You got to buy tickets in advance.
You never know how it goes. These guys will show up at the door. They're always going to be there.
You can't say no to fucking Ed.
They're still going to show up.
You can't say no to the homeboys. But you're playing this very intimate show. And what I mean by that, it's a very small venue.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you expecting to have those type of fucking assholes that want to get up there and fucking sing tunes? Especially those assholes that you've known for 25 years?
No, you know what?
They don't know proper stage etiquette?
I think this is like a 21... Yeah, I think this is like a 21 and over crowd, so I think mostly the older heads are a little bit more cooler. I mean, unless they're all fucked up right there, but I think everybody's going to be cool. I mean, they have to... They know, I guess, no slamming's allowed at that place. So, I mean, they'll get thrown out, you know what I mean? So, but I think everybody's going to be cool. I hope they're going to be cool, because it's going to be right there. They're going to be flying into you. That's one thing that kind of freaks me out. Like, I'm playing, and sometimes I don't do it on purpose, and you're playing it, and these guys hit the mic stand, and it's coming at you full force, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I happened a bunch of times where I just, go dodge to the side, and it's like, it broke my bottom tooth. I chipped my tooth, with the microphone hitting. I feel like somebody punched me in the face hard. It's like, because sometimes I'm closing my eyes, I'm concentrating, and I just hear bam! You just feel the mic, and it's like steel, it hits you fucking kind of hard with all the weight coming down on you. It's kind of like, I mean, a lot of bands these guys got their teeth knocked out.
Now, one of the things that I've always admired about your band, aside from obviously leading the way and just truly being the real deal and being great human beings, by the way, is the fact that you put really a lot of effort into your live show, which is almost extinct nowadays. There's so many bands that clone you. There's so many bands that replicate what you do. There's so many bands, and I'm not going to get into this whole bash campaign.
Yeah.
They do it horribly, though, because number one, they're not showing their true musical integrity. Number two, they don't even try to do or try to put into the effort that you do in your live show. Will you be incorporating that into December 21st? Because that's a very small venue for the whole thing that you do.
Yeah, we're gonna, do our thing and stuff. We always try to change it every time, to make the show a little bit different and stuff. But I mean, I think I was there yesterday, and we're probably gonna take our own gear, make our own PA and everything. Cause it's like the sound there is not the best and stuff, but we're gonna bring our own shit. You know what I mean? To try to make it a little bit better. Because try to give a good show, even if there was 5 people there, we always try to give a good show, whether there's 5 or 500, don't matter, you know what I mean? Just make it a good show. If people are paying money, we want to give them a good show. It'll be cool, man.
All right on, man. Now, you know what? Let me introduce my second guest here. Now, this is very interesting because aside from you guys always playing some amazing shows, this is really a great show right here. You're playing with a band that's been around Los Angeles for a long time, which is very interesting because in Los Angeles, even though you've been paving the way and doing your thing, you guys are truly underground, Scrap metal, welcome to the Very Manic Jimmy Cav Show.
Oh, thank you for having us. Cheers.
Yeah, one of the things that I've always admired about your band is the fact that, not only, again, you guys are the real deal when it comes to Iron Bangers and Road Warriors. I mean, you guys, when I say that, I really mean that. You guys, your profession, some of you are iron workers. Yeah. You guys ride motorcycles. You guys are truly underground. But why is it that you guys have not toured? Why is it that you guys haven't gone beyond what it is? Is it because you're in a comfortable state? Is it because of your personal lives? Explain that to me, because I get so many emails in the past from overseas and within the United States. Why doesn't this band get out more? Why is that?
Well, I would say that, just like you said, the whole underground mentality to us, it's a lifestyle. So, when we do get offers, it's only from, around the area or Northern California or whatever. But we do have to try to focus and cater ourselves.
Is that something that you guys don't really pay attention to?
We don't pursue.
Yeah.
In other words,
are you guys
in other words, bring these guys out, man. Somebody bring them out.
Yeah.
I think you guys are a great fucking band. For those of you that are going to be attending December 21st at the Stardust, the Sadistic Intent Farewell to 2013. I added that, by the way. That's not the official sales pitch. I think your band is fucking great, man. And, I've known this for a long time, but for those of you that are, let's just say they don't frequent underground shows, or you're not from Southern California. I mean, the band is really, aside from just, being, I don't even know if it's called tape trading anymore. I mean, internet trading. I mean, what's the deal? Like, are you planning on getting out?
Of course, yeah.
Because I know you've been writing new material.
Yeah, we're at the studio right now recording the next album with Gary Miranda.
Nice.
Yeah, Ejected Senses.
Hey, now you guys have a new guitarist, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where's your guitarist?
Rich. He's right there.
There he is.
Get on the mic over here real quick. Let's switch with Claire there.
Come on, Rich.
Get over here. Now, my pet peeve with you guys, which is really, really going to lead into a great conversation. I think you guys have it all. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of musicians in Los Angeles that they want to get noticed. They want to have the fruits of their musician tree labor, so to speak. You guys live a great lifestyle. You guys all look great. You guys have great looking women. Some of you guys are married to great chicks. Is the fire still there?
Definitely.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it? Because you guys look great. You got the great hair. You got the hot chicks. You're drinking the booze. You're doing. What's going on, man?
Like I said, to us, it's a lifestyle. It's not just.
You guys really do live it.
Yes. To us, it's every day. It's not the band just on the weekends or the weekdays. It's a lifestyle. It's been a lifestyle for 15 years.
Yeah, you've been doing this scrap metal thing for a long time.
15 years.
How long has scrap metal been around?
Since 1999.
Okay.
And it took us 15 years to play with these crazy fucking words.
Is this the first time you guys ever played?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Oh my God. Have you partied with these guys?
Yeah,
these guys are nuts, bro.
Ed used to help us out back in the days. He's always been supportive of Sadistic Intent, man. So
I remember when I was a kid.
I wanted to get him, I wanted to get him.
Watching these guys.
Ariel, why don't you, a lot of people don't know this. Why don't you tell us what bands you played with before? Which is very impressive. Look at how shy he gets.
drummer.
Are you really so very much? You can't speak now or what?
I know these guys since they were kids.
What bands have you played with before? Come on.
Coffin Text.
Okay.
Noctuary. Nocturne. Malevolent. Creation.
That's what I was waiting for. I'm glad you gave me the whole roster. Thanks.
Draconis, you forgot.
So, being that you've toured in the past, are you comfortable with where the band is now? I mean, what do we got going for 2014? Are you guys going to hit the road? Are you going to say farewell to your comfort zone and let's get the fuck out there? Or what's going on?
We'd love to do that, but to be honest, we're
You got new blood,
procrastinators.
man.
No, this guy's the best thing that's happened to us in a long time.
Why don't you say hello there, my friend?
Hello.
How long have you been in the band, and why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Rich. I've been in the band off and on since January, and now I'm just a permanent guitar player now.
Nice.
He's also the guitarist for Draconis.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
you guys enter...
So,
and Ritual as well.
I see this guy more than I see my wife.
You know what? That's not a good statement. You have a very beautiful wife. That should always be the primary. All right. So again, December 21st. If you want to see a true underground, a true Los Angeles underground, this is really fucking great, man. Why can't we go to this? Can you guys fucking give us a ride? December 21st at the Stardust. This is brought to you by the lovely Claire and Music Obscure and Dark Realm Records. Yep. Sadistic Intent, Scrap Metal, Depths of Misery. That's a great band. And who is this?
Daimonic.
Oh my God, they need to really work on that logo. Okay, Daimonic.
It's like a symbol.
Yeah, no shit. This is at the Stardust. All right, you could get your advance tickets at $15. How can people get tickets?
They could get them online at I guess they go to the Facebook page, you know.
Okay, which is LA Music Obscure at Facebook.com. Is that the proper way to get tickets, Claire?
Or you know what? You could go to the darkroomrecords.com or whatever, that Facebook.com, Dark Realm Records, and you could click on the the event page right there, or do a search and it'll pop up, and you can go to that brown paper tickets.
You know what? Let's be honest. Most of your audience is 21 and over. They're cannabis smokers. Let's make it simple. How can people get tickets again? Go to Dark Realm Records.
Go to the Facebook. There's Dark Realm Records not open yet, man. We're still
Dark Realm Records website.
Yeah, it's the Facebook.com /Dark Realm Records.
Okay. So Facebook.com/Dark Realm Records. That's the best way to get your tickets in advance. And it's highly encouraged that you get your tickets
you don't
in
want
advance.
to wait last minute because, I mean, it's more likely going to sell out. So,
well, I've been to this venue or this location. It's like a bar.
Yeah, it's a small bar.
It's a small little cozy bar. So I would strongly encourage you to get your tickets in advance because it will sell out.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with that. Show up and it's kind of like, fuck, we're out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man. This is going to be a great
Secure your entrance.
All right, Mr. X, why don't we listen to some nice gems here from Sadistic and Scrap Metal. Hit it. All right. There you go. We went back in time and listened to some really old school Sadistic Intent and scrap metal. Lost Johnny, what do we hear?
Oh, we ended the set in particular with Nausea with some from their new record, upcoming March or April or February 2014. Condemn the System. The name of that song is called Hate and Deception. Before that, we heard scrap metal Detester from their record Hellbound. We started the set with Conflict Within from Sadistic Intent from the record Resurrection of the Ancient Black Earth. And I have to say, Counselor, I've been a big scrap metal fan for a long time. I love watching these guys. These are fucking...
These guys are great, right?
Great, man.
Does it bother you that they don't, like, you know... I mean, you guys have been playing more recent now, but it's weird. Like, you guys play and you're gone.
No.
What is it? Talk to me. Why is it that you guys don't play often?
We do play often, but most of the times the promotion isn't as it should be. And another thing with regards to what you said, why don't we go outside of Southern California?
Yeah.
It's not because we choose not to. Honestly, it's because we don't know where the fucking...
Let's be honest. Let me be honest in that comment. Touring in the United States is not an easy thing.
No, I can attest to that.
Yeah, we don't want to go out there and play fucking backyards or something.
Let me interject even more. Touring in the United States is not an easy thing, or it's not a profitable thing, but it's a must do if you're going to be a band that's going to really try to get out there to the masses. It's one thing to stay in your comfort zone and to thrive. It's another thing to say, hey, we're getting out there.
Yeah.
But it's not a fucking easy thing.
Yeah,
it's not. It's a frustrating thing.
My advice is stick to the major cities, man, because all the ones in between is...
Are you saying Iowa's not a cool place to go play?
Could be
There's
cool.
some satanic dudes in Iowa.
Maybe like 10 of them or something.
I think one of the things that's always interesting about new bands, especially, I would say, Lost Johnny within the last 10 years, is that they rely so... I'm not saying this is directed toward you. Is that they interject all their attention and they rely on the internet as that being the pivotal tool to expose themselves. Where there's some amazing young bands that I could mention like 3 of them right now.
Yeah.
Witch Haven. And,
absolutely.
They get out there and they say, fuck it, we're going to get in a van and we're going to do... And that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
The reason why I asked you this question is because it seems to me, and I'm not saying this in a mocking way or in an insulting way or by any means, shape, or form, a concrete observation. There's being in a band and being underground musicians, and then there's having a real life. And you guys have your feet in real life situations. You're employed, you got relationships, which makes it even more difficult for a band like yourselves to get out there. But at the same time, I would say that would be the fire.
Indeed it is.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys done some like offshoot shows. I know you've played the Bay Area and stuff, but I would like to see you guys get like on a nice supporting tour and have your band really get exposed to the masses. I think it'd be, I would like to see you guys go to... I think you guys would be huge in Europe and in Mexico and South America because you tap...
Yeah, I agree.
You tap that energy and you have that... What I would say, what's the word I'm looking for?
I mean, there's a genuine energy, and again, I mean, not only just Europe, but even like the southern part of the Arizona, Texas, New Mexico. No, actually, there's a big scene out there, and there's an audience. But yeah, it's the divide of you have to work your way up to getting to those major cities. So I mean, you're gonna have to play those shit bars and whatever and fucking bumfuck whatever. But to start.
Yeah. When you guys are contemplating, because I know you guys in the past it's been discussed. Are you guys ambitious enough to go, or are you comfortable with being in LA? There's a big misconception here in Los Angeles that you guys just are comfortable here, and you don't. And there's no need. You got the girls, you got the audience, what have you. Explain to my audience what's going on with you guys.
The deal with us is that we would be more than happy to go out and play anywhere. Our situation is that we have this barrier in where we do not know who to get a hold of to go out there and play fucking shows.
Like promoters?
Exactly, yeah. We don't know where the fuck to talk
It's the same
to.
thing with our album and things like that.
Yeah.
It's
great album, by the way.
We're putting the new one out, but from there, where do you go?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of one of those things to where, we have no real direction. But at the same time, I mean, our jobs are, we're capable of going.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of us work construction.
I don't know. I'm bummed out all of a sudden.
It's simply a matter of
the connection.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. It's the B from the A and the C. It's like you got the record, you got the band, you have the option to tour and the ability to tour. Now it's just a matter of finding that avenue of connecting the dots.
Well, I'm glad that you addressed that because that's always been a big topic here in Los Angeles with the so-called fucking journalists or what have you that the touring aspect. I understand your frustration. Yeah, I mean obviously you need to hook up with the proper PR agency and someone that can hook you up on these tours. But I think you guys would be monumental. I mean the United States is difficult. It's extremely difficult. We were talking, Bay, Sadistic Intent. Have you done a full U.S. tour in the past? I don't think you have. Right?
Not full U.S., but we've pretty much played most of the states. I mean,
would you agree? It's not a easy thing to do.
Yeah, we did it when we were younger. It was kind of like the first time we went out. It was rough, man. It was like, what the fuck? We ran out of money and halfway through. But we did some shows with Morbid Angel on the East Coast, in Florida, but. On Alter's tour, and it was fucking badass, And then we had some shows, but we ran out of money. We had to fucking come back home. But now after that, we knew what to ask for, man. This is what we want. If they can't do it, if they don't know their market, then hey,
if you want us out there, this is what you need to provide.
Because you don't want to lose money. You don't want to be hard timing it. It's like we already did that shit. It's kind of like, this is what we want. We're going to actually go out in April. We got about
that's right. We're
12 shows, 14 shows. I forget, man. My brother's doing the dealing and stuff, but we're going to start in Chicago and work our way back to the East Coast, Maryland, and so there's shows. It's going to end up in Texas, maybe 4 shows or something.
Okay, so that's in April of 2014?
Yeah.
And this is going to be a little small
little
U.S. tour?
Yeah, to the East Coast, major cities. Because it's hard, man. You go to these small time. I'm not talking bad about these cities, but there's not enough people to support it, And it's like, you don't want people to lose. The promoters don't want to lose money either, Because it's like it takes money to bring the bands out, And
yeah,
everything costs money, And if it's not enough to support the show, then they can't afford it, So that's why I stick to the bigger cities where there's more people that can make the show happen and stuff. So
now let's talk about what's going on. Again, it's funny that I always have to keep interjecting this, but Mexico, Central America, and South America have been big markets for decades, but they're just barely being recognized now by the big, agencies or what have you. You're going to be out there in May of 2014 with Nausea. Talk to me about that.
We got this, what's called a Madness tour or something. It's going to be actually pretty good. It's going to be Nausea, Sadistic, Mortuary, and I forget the other bands, but it's going to be at, from what I know, at a bull ring, an arena stuff. It's going to be an arena. So it's going to be a pretty big ass place, I guess. It should be pretty good. We played there a few times already in Mexico City, so the crowds are pretty nuts out there,
Yeah. Now you and I are single gents, so are you looking forward to being single and mingling, especially with the metal girls?
I don't know, man. We just go play and
a little tequila. A little belly button tequila shots. You know what I
mean? From what I know, there's gonna be 3 shows. Out there. So a lot of times you play, pack your shit, and you're out. It's kind of like. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of chance to do anything. So.
You're bumping me out. Oh, boy. No wonder Scrap doesn't know what it's for. All right.
I can tell you a different story if you want. I'll make it sound all badass.
That's as real as you can get, brother.
Sell it to him.
After the show, I got to load up my equipment, talk to Salvador Mike about how much he loves impending doom.
Like another drink.
Let me give you the rock star version.
All right, December 21st. This is going to be a very intimate and very, very truly underground show at the Stardust in Downey. It's at 7643 Firestone Boulevard in the lovely city of Downey. By the way, if you listened to the Jeff Vull segment earlier, you definitely want to follow his advice in Downey. Keep your mouth shut if you get stopped by those people.
Yeah, watch out, man. The cuffs are brutal there.
Oh, they're dicks. Sadistic Intent, Scrap Metal, Depths of Misery, and help me out here.
Demonic.
All right, there you go. Kids, your fucking logo's got to change. All right. Get your tickets in advance now. Now, where's the lovely Claire? Claire, you want to get on the mic here and tell us how people can get tickets to your event here? Because brown paper bag / sadistic, is that how it is?
brown paper tickets.
It's hyperlink sadisticintent.brownpapertickets.com. Okay, so write that down.
Yeah, get your tickets in advance, kids, because this definitely will sell out. And one of the things that's always interesting about Los Angeles is that everybody, just because they know you, they think they're on the guest list. Is there a guest list this time? No guest list, right? Look at Claire.
I'll make a drink, dude.
Don't make me mention names. There's like 10 fuckers I want to drop right now.
Only people that are directly involved with the show will be on the list.
All right. So there you go.
I mean, that place is so small, you know what I mean? Because you get it, that shit will be full, but just with bands and guests, you know? I mean, I don't know.
Are you looking forward to playing this? No, let me direct this at you, because I mean, I think this is a great show. No offense to Music Obscure or The Stardust, but, you know, and I know I've said this to you personally and, you know, on the record, but I honestly think that, like I mentioned before, your band is really one of the iconic Los Angeles death metal bands. You've influenced so many bands worldwide. Yet, you know, you're playing the Stardust. Are you I'm not saying that in a negative way. Yeah. I'm just addressing the comments I've received throughout the past couple of days.
I mean, I've received them too, like, what are you guys playing there? You know, this is like...
Is this a show where it's for the fans, but it's a comfort show? Or is this just maybe a way for you to try to, like, redirect and reconnect with your audience? Because the thing about your band is, which I remember I mentioned to you this before, there's very few bands that have this elapse of time where once they come back, they still have that loyal audience. That's a hard thing to achieve. Yeah. I think you guys done that very well. Explain to me the intimacy of this show and why you're performing in this show.
Yeah, it's a combination of all those things, you know. Like I said, we've only played maybe twice this year, and we usually don't play that many times in LA, at least maybe like 3 times a year and stuff. So I think that kind of keeps the people coming back. It's not like one of those things like, I'll go see them next week, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Because that, to me, if you play a lot,
it's a burnout thing.
If you play a lot, and then people won't go, I think. I mean, they won't go because they'll just go next week, you know, and they'll pay $5, you know what I mean? Like, they won't pay, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I think and stuff. But this show is it's a combination of all those things. You know, it's for the fans. Like, it's like a little in-your-face show and stuff, you know. And then then we'll have some of our friends, like, you know, Scrap Metal there, and Depths of Misery and Demonic. Both those bands, they kind of helped us out when we needed it as far as a rehearsal spot, you know. And this is kind of a way of returning the favor for these guys. They, you know, help them out, and you know, and it'll be a cool gig. You know, all the bands are cool, you know, and it's cool to end the year out, and at the same time, you know, it's kind of try to help generate a little bit of money to help Dark Realm.
What's going on with Dark Realm Records?
Dark Realm right now, we're at the last phase of an inspection that we need to pass. We're almost done, man. The city of Downey's been brutal with us, man. They haven't been no mercy with us, man.
You know, I mean, just what you revealed to me. I mean, you guys have really been going over so many hurdles to try to get that.
Yeah, man, these guys are brutal, man. I swear. The last inspection, we need to put some exit signs, but they have to be hardwired. So you gotta go in and tap into the electricity, but you know, all has to be legit.
You know what? Let me say this, because aside from you guys being gentlemen, you guys really keep a lot of stuff to yourselves. And when I make these comments, I'm not stating or saying in any way that I'm like the vocal point for you guys. You know, I'm not your spokesman. But let me just say this:
maybe you are.
You guys really have gone through a lot of difficulties with relaunching the opening of the new Dark Realm record store.
Yeah, man.
Whether it's the city or construction or what have you. Now, this goes out to the sadistic intent fans, especially the ones that really portray that. You have a very loyal fan base, but you have this small minority of fans that they go way out of their way to go back and give me dates. 1985, and you know, I've known this guy forever, and blah, blah. A lot of these guys, Subdor Mike, you never talking to Mike. Shut the fuck up now. Now, one of the things that's interesting, there's a percentage of your fan base that they're construction workers. You know, they're fucking what is it? Electricians. You know, fucking whatever. whatever trade that could help you. I would say, why don't you get your ass down to this new location and volunteer some time? Don't tell me how great, a fan you've been for fucking 2 decades. Pick up a fucking hammer or get on the roof. Put some tar on the roof. Do something.
No shit.
Right?
Yeah, I've had some. Yeah, man, we're kind of like a little
Sorry about that. You're all
a little
uncomfortable.
I was thinking of hitting up their guitars, Eric, or to help us out, man.
Ariel, you're an iron worker. Build something for these fuckers.
You know what? I was thinking of hitting him up because we want to do like this t-shirt rack, but we're kind of stuck in what the fuck we're going to do and stuff.
You know what? Ariel's your man.
Yeah, we'll get a welding machine out there.
Something. No, really. Come on, Ed. Are you serious? Come on, Ed. You know that. Like all these guys, they go, it's a guitar, 1985. You know what? Pick up a fucking hammer. Put some drywall up.
I mean, Dark Realm is pretty much for the fans of metal. I mean, because, it's...
Then have the fans of metal, of Sadistic, contribute.
In a way, we kind of sacrifice a lot just to keep the place open and stuff. And it's hard, it's been hard. Over the years, it's getting harder. And it's like, sometimes it's like, fuck, man, I'm kind of, not doing so great. You know what I mean? But like, when the people come in, you kind of like, you see it in their eyes and it's like, all right, fuckers, we'll do it.
There's first of all, there's a lot of, Lost Johnny, you could contribute to this. There's a lot of vinyl stores here in Los Angeles that are clinging. I mean, with the exception of maybe, and maybe I'm saying this, ignorantly, even maybe Amoeba's hurting, but independent record stores need to be supported by the scene, which everyone always talks about here in Los Angeles. The scene. I don't see no fucking scene. I see a bunch of leeches want to get on the guest list and drink your beer backstage. This would be a great time to really come out and be a scene. Support the December 21st show, and then get out to your location. And if you have those skills, which I know some of you do, contribute. I mean, listen.
Give back to your community, dicks.
Yeah, listen, Boss Johnny, you know this. I don't have any skills. I mean, I can't even mow a fucking lawn, dude.
Yeah,
I'm serious. I can paint. I can help you paint.
We already painted. It's almost done, man. It's like we just got to put those exit signs and do a little bit of electrical bullshit to pass the final inspection. And then after that, we'll start doing the chandeliers and this and that, because I don't think that shit will pass. But once those guys are out of our hair, we could do our shit, you know what I mean? Dark Realm style, and then fix it up all cool. But we got to do it. We're hoping by the new year, man, we got to try to get that place open already.
I would love to see your store reopen. All right, let's get into some more music here, but real quick. December 21st, Sadistic Intent, Scrap Metal, Depths of Misery. Help me out here, someone.
Demonic.
All right, that's at the Stardust, 7643 Firestone Boulevard, Downey. This is some new Sadistic Intent music. You actually were very gracious. You debuted this on my show a couple months ago.
It's still a rough mix.
All right. Lost Johnny, what did we hear?
Oh, man, some more fucking heavy shit. Starting the set with Sadistic Intent. Yeah. Malignant Spirits from their record, Reawakening Horrid Thoughts. Kind of like what I do every morning. Oh, shit. After that, we heard Scrap Metal. Interesting song title, Whore Drag.
Fucking A.
Hey, man. Hey, the
That's
bitch got to
very
get from
interesting.
There's no way around it.
Yeah, the bitch got to get from point A to point B, right?
Gotta teach her how, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's new Scrap Metal, by the way.
Yes.
Okay, so that was a demo, correct?
That's a pre-production for the album that's coming up.
All right, right on.
And
So
then
you-
it's a rough mix, no?
Yeah, dirty, rough.
That's a here's the shit,
Mango.
learn the shit.
That's a dirty whore rough mix.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Are you guys even allowed to use those words now? No, you guys are like in a relationship.
Well, why not? They met us the way we are. I mean, we gotta start singing fucking.
Here, goddammit. When can we expect some new Scrap Metal, the second release?
It would be midsummer.
Okay, 2014?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all right.
We're at what is it? Fucking Studio West, San Diego. We're doing it there with
Injected Senses.
yeah, Gary, Miranda.
I noticed that, you guys gave me like a rough mix or a demo, and I noticed that the music is kind of drifting astray from what originally was. Like, it seems like you guys are getting more like kind of raunchy rock and roll.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Did I hear a tambourine in that last
Yeah,
song?
you
yes,
did.
you did.
I swear to God, I'm not joking. I'm like,
Yeah, you
wow,
did.
that's cool.
There's a tambourine
Well,
and a
you see-
cowbell.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Why is that? Like,
Well,
what's
the reason
influencing
why is
that?
because we enjoy all genres of heavy metal, rock and roll.
Right.
We're not listening to speed fucking metal all day. We'll listen to some fucking good ass rock and roll as well.
Uh-huh.
So, 4 different people coming in, and we all bring in our influences upon what we enjoyed listening
Yeah,
to.
I noticed you guys are more like, the couple tracks that I listened to, I noticed that you're more comfortable. And what I mean by that, not that your prior release had anything to do with it, but it just seems like you guys are more comfortable with, you know what, this is what we're doing, and we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Which is kind
Absolutely.
of, which kind of goes with your personality, which is like, this is what we're doing, and we
Code
don't,
of the river.
we don't give a fuck. Like, you know what, Eddie, you and I, a couple months ago, you were a little offended with me because I won't get into it. I made a comment.
fine.
But, I mean, you guys do what you do, and you don't really give a rat's ass. And, I mean, that's the beauty of the group. That's why I really like the band, because you really encompass, like, that old school, kind of like early 70s, reckless Rolling Stones, New York Dolls, / fucking, Hellbanger, Motorhead type fucking vibe. Like, we don't give a fuck. We don't give a rat's ass what we do.
Why should you? It's what you want to do in your life.
Would you agree that there's a lot of bands that are trying to be extreme and they're really not? They're like just corporate fucking, trying to look the part?
Well, I believe that's
Yes.
always going to be. It's been
Weekend
going on
warriors.
since the fucking 20s when they first started recording music with jazz or whatever up to this day, and it will continue to be. It's part of the fucking.
I'm going to say something that's going to offend a lot of people.
This is the perfect forum.
Yeah.
I offend people every day with my honesty.
You're warning
fucking A.
I just want to let you know.
You're warning the wrong guys.
All right, good. So we played last month with Witch Trap from Colombia, right? At
The Black Castle.
the Black Castle.
I heard you guys are great, by the way.
It was a great show, okay? But the thing is this. You see all the guys in the back. The same guys you see every time. They don't want to come up. They don't want to, let you know that they like you. They're out in the shadows, right? So I'm telling these guys, I said, maybe we fucking wear some white sneakers. We might fucking make it. I mean,
I think
it's like people love us or hate us, man. It's,
I think one of the things that's very interesting about your band is the fact that aside that you guys have been around and you guys have been playing for a long time is, yeah, you're right. Like some people, they don't get it. They just, they heavily criticize, they talk a bunch of shit. And then you have a whole other fan base that's extremely loyal. But yet you're in Los Angeles, which is even more of a fucking like bipolar fucking city.
Yeah.
Like you could play one night and it's fucking packed as fuck. You know, and then you play the next night and it's like, me and the bartender.
right.
It's got to be frustrating.
It's true, yeah.
Well, as long as you go in there and you just do it for the right reasons, which is to express yourself without being fucking arrested, for one, It's not every day you could fucking go out and scream your lungs out and fucking move your hair around without, unless it's on the stage.
Now, your personal lives, this is, I mean, I should have you in here to talk about your personal lives. That's the real shit. Unfortunately, we don't have that much time, and I don't think your better halves would want to. But, I mean, you guys are really rebellious. I don't want to say reckless because that would be a wrong term. But you guys are really rebellious, dangerous dudes, man. Like, I mean, dude, you're like an iron worker. Like, how hardcore and heavy can you get? You're up there fucking pounding iron.
That's literally heavy metal.
Yeah.
That is as heavy metal as you can get.
Yeah, all day, all night, man.
You're up there like, what, fucking 20, 30 stories?
Whatever it takes.
That's fucking crazy. And then you guys ride motorcycles and yet you guys are still able to fucking, be faithful and loyal to You guys have some amazing women, man. I mean, I guess, your personal lives, you guys should write a fucking book.
No, we choose to write songs instead.
Yeah, so much better. How can people get your prior release? Because that's really what really got you guys known, man. A lot of people really talked about
Dark Realm when it opens up again.
Yeah.
Will you be carrying that?
Of course.
All right. So how can people get your release now?
Well, they can get it at Lock and Shock, Dark Realm as well. We also must thank Brain for releasing the album.
Love Brain.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker. Reckless as hell.
Oh, dude, that guy.
Fucking A.
That's another
That guy does not know the meaning of civil.
No, he does not.
Okay, so you could get it. It's still available.
Yeah,
right?
you can go online and you can get it there as well.
All right.
You can ask us. You can go to shows.
Go to shows, yeah.
Yeah, buy it, huh?
Yeah.
I said Dark Room will carry it when we open back up in about.
All right, so December 21st. Let's get back on point here. The Stardust, 7643 Firestone Boulevard, Downey. This is going to be truly a gathering of the wicked and the debaucherous, sadistic intent, scrap metal, depths of misery. I'm sorry, gents. Help me out again.
Demonic.
All right, you get your tickets in advance. Make sure you pick them up at Brown Paper Bag.
Brown paper tickets.
Brown paper tickets.
/sadistic intent. The day of the event, possibly, Claire, there might be tickets there if there's still capacity.
Trying to avoid that, I guess.
Yeah,
She
you know
can't
what?
confirm nor deny.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. Let me just stop being PC here. Here's the deal. This is going to be a fucking sick, intimate show. The venue is adequate, but it's not going to be adequate enough. Meaning that it's 21 and over, so it already kind of slashes half the fucking fan base there. But it's still not adequate enough. So get there. Better yet, secure your ticket, okay? Because God knows, that's the best way. Get your ticket in advance, and you're secured an entrance there. There is no guest list, okay? So don't fucking be bothering Claire or don't burden fucking poor Bay or whatever, All the money that's going to this show is going to a good cause, and I believe a portion of it, you said, Bay, is going to help out the store?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so right then and there, especially the sadistic legions that profess their loyalty, I've known them since 1885, I love them. You know what? $15. That ain't a lot to shell out, man. Shell that shit out. It's all going to a good cause. Don't fucking bother these guys with guest list bullshit. Buy your ticket in advance. This is going to be a great show, and what a way to end the year. All right, I want to thank you guys for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
How we doing there, Mr. X? We're good at time? 15. All right, I want to thank you guys for being here. Poor lost Johnny, he had picked his top 10s, and unfortunately they got fucking cut.
Bastards.
He's going to give me a list, and you know what? Maybe we could do a top 10 for him before the year ends. Bay, I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you, brother.
Let's also mention that you're going to be playing in Mexico with Nausea, Oscar Garcia, and those guys. Those guys got a great record coming out January 7th on Willow Tip. For those of you listening in Mexico, get the fuck out there. That's going to be a couple of dates, right?
Yeah. I think as far as I know, he wanted to do like 3 shows. I think it's Mexico City, Guadalajara, and I'm not sure where the third one is yet. But I guess check out the page and it'll be mentioned there.
All right. And Dark Realm Records will hopefully be opening soon. 2014, right?
Yeah, 2014. the grand reopening.
All right. And, again, let me throw this out to the Sadistic Legions. Any of you guys that have any true skills, meaning that you're certified and you do this for employment, like construction, electronic work, or what have you.
An electrician would be cool, nice.
Or you know what? Be like me, man. Like, I can't tune up a car. I can't mow the lawn, but I'll be there to help paint.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Get your asses down there and stop talking the loyalty and show it. And then you'll be playing a U.S. tour 2014?
Yeah, in April.
Yeah. All right. Scrap Metal, you guys going to be releasing something hopefully mid 2014?
Yeah, midsummer. We're, in the process of recording. And fucking A, when it comes out, have a beer, grab yourself a lady. If you don't have one, then...
I don't have one. Can I hang out with you guys?
Can you breed them? And rent one.
I think you guys are great as well, man. I wish you guys the best. I hope you guys can venture out and get on a good tour. I think it'd fucking be awesome for you guys to get out there. For those of you in Los Angeles, don't take these guys for granted. It's a great fucking band. We want to welcome your new guitarist. What's his name again?
Rich.
Nice, sir.
All right, Rich.
All right. A great show we had. Jeff Vole, the Legal Gladiator, was here. As I mentioned before, from October to December, for those of you that reside in Los Angeles, or you know what, this could go out throughout the United States. This is the prime year. This is the prime time of the year where law enforcement goes out and seeks to stop you guys and to try to get you into the legal machinery. Make sure you know your rights, okay? Every day our constitutional rights are dwindling. Learn your rights. For those of you in Los Angeles, if you find yourself in a situation, call Jeff Vole. He is the shit. Not only do I endorse him, I know personally. I want to thank you each and everyone for listening. See ya.
Cheers.
Thank you, brother.
place that is just as real, but not as brightly lit. A dark side.